Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Plymouth, at tier 10 British cruiser. I'm on the hotspot, it's a 3-point domination game, tier 10 with pure tier 8 mixed in. Just one tier 8. Oh well. And there is a sub, unfortunately. Now, in other news, Wargaming has actually sort of reworked the replay system, and obviously, doing something like that, they introduced annoying new bugs. So, the good news is that you can actually now see the end screens at the end of a replay. So, if you forget to take a screenshot of the end screen, you can now just get that from the replay. Bad news is the game forgets a few of your settings. So, when you start like a replay, like all of my settings sort of for the hardware, well, it was basically everything turned off, and then I turned everything I wanted on again, and then I opened the replay again, and it only remembers certain settings. So basically, if you open a replay now, it will always be the minimalistic interface, meaning you can't actually see hit points and stuff, so it's utterly useless. And every time you start a replay, you have to turn that stuff back on again. Oh well. Be that as it may, let's talk more about this battle. I'm currently being pushed by a Kurfürst, which could end pretty problematic because, well, a Kurfürst has Hydro, so if it manages to get close enough, it will most certainly see me. Now, I'm launching some torpedoes, and assuming it has Oh, I'm radar. That's the split, right? We can see the split here. So split radar is only like 10 seconds or so. And since the Kurfürst only can see me after 6 seconds, because it's not the one radaring, it had about a 4-second window. And thankfully in those 4 seconds or so, it was not able to get some shots off. Interesting, I'm detected. It means there must be a destroyer peeking through this gap there somehow. But anyway, I have made it to safety for now. The Kurfürst is most likely hydroing, that's why he's dodging all of the fish, but it's getting relatively low. Of course, the closer it comes to this island, the less likely I'll be able to shoot it with my guns. The Schlieffen is still doing quite a bit of work there. And of course, I have my friend in the Hayate who might torpedo it at some point. Of course, if as long as the Kurfürst is hydroing, it's going to be very hard to torpedo. But if it's, for example, beaching against this island, then it won't have a lot of room to maneuver, and then wouldn't matter if it sees the torps coming. Now, somebody is pew-pewing me here, probably the Harugumo. But the split was doing the detecting, and the split has now retreated, so I'm fine again. Those torpedoes are mostly to discourage the Kurfürst from coming around here. So I need that Kurfürst to stay on the other side of this island and sink there, because, you know, one salvo is probably all it needs to take me down. So if at some point it manages to come around here, it's going to be an issue. Now, it's not currently hydroing, right? Because, well, I would be in range. And I do have a smoke ready, so at least I could disappear, I guess. So I'm trying to get some shots off. It's oh crap. Yeah, I forgot about the split torps. No! Well, I mean, at least they are not hitting that hard. And my damage con is on cooldown. This is my bad. Okay, so I could smoke here now, but the Kurfürst is basically dead. Oh, there is the Harugumo. Yeah, I'm going to smoke up now, and I'm also on fire, but damage con is finally ready again, so I can get rid of the fire and the flooding. I also have a hydro this time round, so there is that. The Harugumo is unfortunately leaving my radar range. I mean, currently it's detected without the radar, but if it disappears now, I can't just radar it, which is a shame. Well, we're getting a little bit of damage into it, so that's good news. Now, overall, we have the left flank. We have the center. We don't really have C, because there's a lot of opposition here, but we aren't doing so badly. We are actually 2 ships ahead. We are some points ahead. And all we have to do on this side is hang on, I guess. we do have a Slava incoming here for some help. I mean, I suppose we have about 5 ships here if we counted Slava against 6, so it's... I guess it's looking reasonable. Now, the enemy has no more ships on the 9-10 line except for possibly the Harugumo. So it's time to orient myself more towards the camp. There is a Missouri in there, so a radar, and it's in radar range. Something to keep in mind. Now, my smoke isn't ready currently anyway. But, well, smoke or not, right, if I can use this island to stay undetected. Probably should have tried to get a shot in the split here. But the enemy can lob shells at me when they can see me, and here exactly is the radar. Of course, the Brindisi is now sailing behind this island, so it can't shoot me, and no other ship seems to be in position to do anything to me, so I think I'm going to be fine here. Which is relatively good news. There are some fishes in the back, but they missed by a lot. Now, the Harugumo could still be pushing in the 9-10 line. With the... I'm just gonna throw some random torps there. Now, with the Russia there on the other side of this island, it makes my RPF sort of pointless, because it's always gonna point at that battleship. So I don't know if somebody is sneaking in behind. I mean, I know it in a sense that I'm not actually getting detected when shoot. Well, now that there's a smoke screen, I suppose I'm not gonna detect it anyway. But before that, before there was smoke, by not getting detected, it was kinda clear that the enemy would... well, that the enemy didn't have a ship in the 9-10 line. You know, speaking about ships, we are equal on ships now. So we had a few losses there on the other side. But, you know, we're still equal and we still have more caps. So we just have to be a bit careful. Well, speaking of being careful, unfortunately the split is now leaving for B. So I did use a radar here just to give us some information on what's happening. And maybe allow somebody to shoot those battleships. I found the split there for a split second. Yeah, okay, it was a bad pun. Couldn't do much. Now, I think that Schlieffen is able to farm the battleship here a little bit thanks to my radar, so at least it's not a complete waste, right? Here you can see my spotting damage here is going up. Now, my own smoke is ready because I'm currently in my friend's smoke, which means I could go a little bit forward and then smoke up and try to shoot into the cap. Of course, the issue is still that there is a Missouri radar and split might still be somewhat close by. Well, it's currently in B, right? If I move forward, it would bring me there closer, and it could come back. Well, there is the Missouri radar. Now that's good news, because once the radar is over, it gives me a certain amount of time where I can do stuff without being afraid. The split seems to be going even further away, so I mean, I don't know. Once it caps B, it might just be coming back. Or it could go further towards A. Speaking of A, we have some significant losses there, I'm afraid. Although the enemy is down to a submarine on that side. Still relatively close on ships, just we had the caps for so long that we have built up a huge advantage on points. Could change though, since we've lost B now. And if, for example, the sub would take out the tool set, then they could also grab A. Now, the radar is over, my smoke is ready, it might just be time to try something there. The Missouri is actually pushing in. I don't think I can intercept it with torpedoes. Also, is it? No, it's not pushing me, right? It's turning away. Oh, and there's a Brindisi as well. Brindisi might mean torpedoes, but I do have a Hydra still going. And I've got to be a bit careful there, because there is also the smoke fire penalty to keep in mind.
Smoke generator activated.
But I will already smoke up here and then carefully come around, and then I'll use my radar to actually farm that Missouri. I mean, you know, radar more commonly used against destroyers, but I'll go for Missouri this time round. It got some blind shots in, but not enough, and I'm doing some good damage there, so I'm getting quite a bit of use out of that radar, and hopefully we can actually sink it here. Has managed sort of to get behind. Oh, it's healing. Now here comes the biggest problem of the Plymouth into play. With only armor piercing, an angled battleship is a tough nut to crack, I guess. Also, I should be aiming a little bit better, because it is actually sailing away and not closer. So I need to... Well, I'll realize eventually, right? Yeah, I finally realized where it's actually going. Yeah, that took a bit, but it's fine. We are now gonna get the Missouri. That triggers my special captain, and I get one more consumable, which might come in handy, because I have been running low on those. Meanwhile, it looks like the Brindisi is gonna come around here in the back. Now, of course, I don't know exactly when it will arrive here, but oh, there it is. Well, if I'd waited a little bit longer, I could have timed my torpedoes potentially better. Meanwhile, the battleship is still tucked into this island, and there are troops going towards it. Hopefully they'll deal with them, because, yeah, they dealt with them, so I don't have to worry about this. So I can now focus on the Brindisi. The Brindisi is angling, I suppose, and it looks like it's gonna avoid fish, which is a bit of a shame. Oh wait, it's just turning now. Ah, okay. Shell's got it anyway.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
So, the good news is we are 2 ships ahead. The bad news is we've just, well, we are about to lose our 3rd camp. We still have, because we held the caps for so long though, we still have the points advantage. There is 6 minutes left to go, and we are right next to sea. And now we can roll up this, well, we can roll up from sea. We're going to take this one, and then we're just gonna push BA until we have everything, or something like that. Now I do have 2 raiders remaining, which will come in handy against those destroyers, I'm pretty sure. And also, like, we don't actually need all 3 caps, right? What we're going to do is we're gonna take C, then we're probably gonna take B, and then maybe we'll defend, or... I mean, with my RPF I can try to hunt them down and then get sunk by a sub, because isn't that how it always happens? It looks like the Harugumo is inside A, and the Split might be defending B. For now, I'll just try to take this camp and then probably sneak up on them. Now, good news is, right, my detection range is 9.2 and my radar range is 9, which means there's only a 200-meter difference where they can see me and I can't radar them. So usually this means as soon as you're detected, if you press radar, like if they're coming towards you, you will spot them and they can't escape. Now, if they are sailing away from you, it makes it a little bit harder, because then you might not catch up. So here we go. So I am detected. I'm gonna press radar, and unfortunately it was exactly in this 200-meter range, and it looks like it's not getting any closer. So this might have been a waste of radar. Now the good news is with RPF I know at least sort of in which direction to go to. And I mean, I'm not sure why my friend is smoking up here, it's a bit pointless. Because... like with friendly destroyers around, I don't need to hide in smoke. I mean, I suppose against the Harugumo's guns there might be some concern. But mostly I just want to keep moving towards, yes, exactly, towards the enemy destroyers. So the Split has ventured slightly too close. My radar wasn't a complete waste. Oh no, it's a sub. Ooh, I dodged! I dodged! Now obviously I also damage count, and the second the damage count is over, of course, the next ping comes, which means... will I dodge again? Oh, I got the split! Well, that's good news. So we're also very close to winning this on points. Yeah, there is the sub, and I mean, I'm now double pinged. It will just ping again. There is nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do. So I'm trying to do some fancy maneuvers, but as you can see, I still ate those torps. And now I'm flooding because, you know, I can't damage count. Well, I can still torpedo the smoke screen there. With my dying breath. God, I just hate subs. That's bullshit. Oh wait, the sub is surfacing. Why would it be surfacing here? I suppose because it needs vision. And it didn't have vision otherwise, and now it's eating fish? Take that! And that's a kraken, eh? Ah, that felt so good. Can't tell you how so good that felt. Oh well. Let's speed it up here, because nothing really is happening anymore. We are just winning on points here, or maybe we're even sinking the Harugumo. There we go. And now you can see the newest feature. We can actually see the victory screen inside the replay. Isn't that nice? And so, yeah, I did pretty well here, obviously. Scoring quite a bit of experience. We also got the strike team achievement and the coordinated attack. So, yeah. Nice battle. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. And I'll see you next time.